that hasn't been done in more than half a century. Scott Dixon is a 5-time IndyCar champion. Where the first of 17 races in this year's championship takes place, the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Pete, the tough test for the first day back at school. Josef Newgarden thought he had the pole yesterday and was upset not to get it. He'll be driven to get the victory instead today.
Clearly, Cindric and Team Penske had the information. They knew what they were dealing with.
This was one circuit that the 2017 champion has not been victorious on. Up until now, he wins in St. Petersburg to get the 2019 season off to the best possible start.
Yeah, bud. That's awesome to get a win first of the year. Good job, Joseph.
IndyCar's maiden trip to Circuit of the Americans in Austin, Texas was certainly a memorable one.
You don't have a lot of time in IndyCar if you're not performing.
The event title was the IndyCar Classic, and it certainly turned out to be that way.
You need to perform right away.
18-year-old Colton Herta became the youngest race winner in IndyCar history.
Been put by the bug now. I think one race win isn't enough.
He started on the second row from fourth. That wasn't the story. The story was all about when he executed his final pit stop in the 60-lap race. It was Keith Townsend.
Yeah, and when Colton Herta came in, that left leaders Will Power and Alexander Rossi exposed because of this yellow right here. Rosenquist and Hinchcliffe get together at the entrance to pit lane. Pits are closed, yellow's out, and that meant Colton Herta was out in front, and these two guys had to pit under yellow, Paul, and go to the back.
And if the yellow didn't hurt enough, Power's car broke down in the pit box, and then the lead was all Colton Herta's.
It was his for the last 15 laps of the race, creating history along the way to that checkered flag. His dad, Brian, who was looking after and running Marco Andretti, saw his 18-year-old son become the youngest ever to win an NTT IndyCar Series race. Nothing like coming back to a track that you've had success on before as recently as the previous year, and then you do it all again. Pole position, victory lane, 2 years in succession. That was his victory, but this was one of the more controversial moments of the race.
Watch this here, exit corner, there goes Graham, then Dixon goes. I don't think that's a block. I think Graham should have held the podium.
4 races remain in the NTT IndyCar Series. 4 drivers are engaged in a fierce fight to be number 1 in this championship. Is it going to be Rossi? Is it going to be Pagenaud? 2 laps to go in the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500. Simon Pagenaud takes the lead.
Clear, clear.
Down the backstretch for the final time. Simon Pagenaud sweeps the month of May and wins his maiden Indy 500.
Guys, we just won the Indy 500. Woo! You know where Victory Circle is here. You've already been there. I told you to get there twice.
We did it! Inside the final 25 laps, Colton Herta and Scott Dixon get together here at Texas Motor Speedway in a spectacular crash. And this was a spectacular save from Alexander Rossi.
One of the best I've ever seen. Rossi has to go to the apron off the banking to hang on. He would try to challenge Josef Newgarden later in turn 1, but it just wasn't enough as Newgarden takes his first Texas win.
The hometown hero is James Hinchcliffe, starting outside the top 10. He would really love to be on the podium. This time last year, he was racing with that guy, Robert Wickens, his best mate. Robert is still recovering from that crash at Pocono a year ago. That's Carly Woods, his fiance, in the special Arrow Acura NSX, hand-controlled. He has displayed to the world his determination and his drive to get back up onto his feet, and his recovery thus far has been remarkable.
I want to be the best spinal cord recovery in the history of spinal cord recovery. I want to be the fastest. I want to walk the most natural. I want to recover and get back to life the best that anyone has ever done. Every single day I think about what it's going to be like, and I'm too young to just give that up. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care how hard I have to work. I'm going to come back.
What a magnificent day to go racing in Canada. Indy 500 champ Simon Pagenaud is starting on the pole position.
Green flag.
Let's go, and it's Pagenaud with that inside line. Rossi locks up. Inside is Power.
That's not going to work. What a move by Andretti.
Power just creamed me.
Coming back to green, let's see if we can string a few laps together here. Pagenaud at the front.
Need to hit the fuel code 80.
So now the anxiety builds.
Chevy is not making the mileage the Hondas are because these guys pitted on the same lap.
Fire, you're on fire.
Problems for Takuma Sato. He was running 5th.
This stint has been a disaster for Pagenaud. Does he have the fuel to make it to the end?
One more lap.
Will power into the tires.
Full course yellow.
Pagenaud's going to be saying thank you.
From pole position to victory lane, Simon Pagenaud wins in Toronto, and the championship now closes tighter and tighter. Santino Ferrucci passed 35 cars on the night. Didn't quite crack the top 10, but Paul, he was spectacular. Up front though, Josef Newgarden with his 4th win on the year to extend his points lead.
Huge crash. Sato. Oh no, and Rossi is in it.
Car upside down. Sato's car. Sato's out. Great news.
We all learn from that, and we move on. I'm really looking forward to this weekend.
It's time to bring the action.
Takuma Sato on the left. These are the cars that got together at Pocono in that big accident they touch. Sato saves it.
Oh!
Board A spins. Sato, Kanan, and Carpenter all benefited. They got lucky and pitted under yellow.
You are the leader, Takuma.
What can Ed Carpenter do with 4 laps to go? How fast is he going to close on Sato?
The checkered flag is waiting. Is it Sato? Is it Carpenter? It's going to be close. It's Takuma Sato.
Yeah! Nice job, Takuma.
The team made this happen. The last couple of days, it was tough. We kept going, head down, did our job.
From a lap 1 crash at Pocono to victory. That is a comeback. Grand Prix of Portland had a wild opening turn when Graham Rahal collided with Zach Veach, and in total there were 6 cars involved.
There were, but most important were the championship contenders who were able to steer clear of the disaster all day. That was Alexander Rossi steering wide. Dixon takes the lead from Colton Herta on the backstretch, but then runs into trouble on pit lane.
He had led so many laps and thought he was in for the win. Instead, the victory went Team Penske's way in the hands of Will Power, who won his 2nd race from 3 starts.
Will Power is now tied for 6th on the all-time IndyCar win list.
On the season finale at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, when 19-year-old Colton Herta won the pole position with the NTTP1 award, led this 24-car field to green, and he stayed there, leading 83 of the 90 laps to grab in convincing style, holding off Will Power for his 2nd win of the season. So that's a way to end your rookie year. We pick up the Hitachi Chevrolet of Josef Newgarden. He was a champion in 2017. Josef Newgarden is the 2019 champion. He's done everything he needed to do and comes across the line with a 25-point buffer. And his fiancé, his parents and grandmother are there to celebrate, and so too does the captain, Roger Penske. Well done, Josef Newgarden. 2 championships in a 3-year span.
You know, I've had the best people around me just taking care of everything, so I couldn't ask for more than what I have. And, you know, it's just amazing to be able to win races and drive for this team. It's been my dream since I was a kid, so just really thankful, man, for everyone that's done everything for me. I'm so happy. I was crying that whole lap, so I'm glad it's over. I'm so glad this is over.
He became a champion straight away. Well, then just 2 years later, he is a champion again, leading almost 500 laps on the season, almost twice as many as the next closest. 4 wins. What a season to celebrate.